It's a new year, it's a new transfer window, but will it be a new outcome, or is it going to be the same old story for some of the clubs in the Scottish Premiership? Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. The transfer window is here, 2025 is here, we are here, but it's not a time to celebrate. If you're a Gers fan, or if you're a Jambo fan, even if you're a Jambo Bears fan, then I guess that makes it even worse, because both of your teams are doing absolutely mince. But we are into a new year. It's time to be positive. There has already been signings today that we're going to cover, and there's a lot of clubs with a lot of players with contracts running out that will either leave in this window or probably leave in the summer for free, and we're going to talk about it right here, right now.
Our seasons have both derailed, but here, transfer window, we can get some new track down, we can get the trains fired onto them, and hopefully pull into the next station unscathed.
I don't know what all these train references are coming for, but that was a bit of a train wreck. But speaking of signings, it was the first signing, I believe, of the season, and it was by St Mirren. So St Mirren have pulled off their first signing, and they have signed none of...
I know, that National League guy. Tell you what, 65 Gs. That's actually quite a decent fee.
I've lost the article.
He's lost the article. The article is lost. Woo! The article's lost. Well, he can't be that good if you don't know his name. That's all I'll say.
Alright, we're going. Owen Oseni. So St Mirren Football Club announced today they are delighted to announce the signing of Owen Oseni from Gateshead FC on a 3.5-year deal, subject to clearance. The Buddies have beaten a number of interested parties to sign the highly rated forward for an undisclosed fee until summer 2028. Now, I believe the fee is approximately around the 100,000 mark, so
65 Gs, I'm hearing, but guess what, guys? Articles can change, bids can be increased. Either way, Big Owen is playing for the Saints, alright?
Yeah, Saints have made the first signing of the season. Congratulations to them, and hopefully for them, it turns out to be a good signing. But I think St Mirren could have a good season. Another signing that is going to be made sooner rather than later looks like Ryan Fraser, and the fact that he could be leaving Rangers. So, Portsmouth... It's Robbie Fraser, but
Ryan,
still...
I was about to say, Ryan, it's Robbie, mate.
Well, I don't know anyway.
Right, you know what? I could rant on this for about 10 years, but why is he allowed to leave? Seriously? Actually looks like, a promising young player.
Well, I mean, Rangers have agreed, according to Transfer Centre 9, they have agreed a £200,000 fee with Portsmouth for the 21-year-old left-back, and it looks like Robbie Fraser will be leaving Rangers and heading down south. It's just a matter of time. So,
disgusting.
Yeah, another promising young player leaving Rangers for, let's be honest, not a lot of money. For 200,000, is it not better Rangers keep him and take a chance and see what he develops into?
Look at the state of the back line. Get him fired in. It's a disgrace. 200k. They probably lied about that, and they'll probably end up getting like 50 Gs for him.
Yeah, yeah, not very good. Speaking of shite, Kilmarnock can't seem to get through a game with 11 men on the pitch. Daniel Armstrong was the latest player to get sent off, and that could be his last game for Kelly because his contract is out in the summer. He's not signing a new deal. We've already had Derek McInnes come out and say that he knows Armstrong will not be staying at the club, and there is suitors looking for Armstrong, and one of those suitors...
John and Harry?
No. One of them is none other than Hearts. Heart Midlothian trying to get Daniel Armstrong. I signed him once in career mode, so I back this signing. I would give this signing my blessing. It's like he's been a good player for Kilmarnock, and I think he certainly would fit in at Hearts. Not this season because Hearts are underperforming, but I think a good Hearts team with Armstrong in their side makes them better.
Absolutely. I'd take him at Rangers.
Yeah, no, why not? Take a chance, pre-contract. I'm sure if you paid Kilmarnock a bit of money now, though, they'd take it rather than lose him for nothing. So I think that's a good bit of business that could be done. But finally, Hearts have done a bit of business. They have got a signing in over the line on transfer deadline day, or for opening transfer day. Jesus Christ, can he?
He's on the ropes.
I am on the ropes, man. My team's pissed, what can I say? Hearts have signed a loan signing of a Belgian striker, Elton Kabangua. The 26-year-old joins the Jambos from Royal Union St. Gelossi.
I believe he's got 1 goal in 13 games.
I mean, that seems like a Hearts signing to me.
I would argue the one position, two positions, goalkeeper and up front. They don't need another striker. They don't.
You seen Fargas play?
Fargas, Boyce, Shankland, Wilson. That's 4 good enough options.
Musa.
Musa. What are we doing?
I know, but these guys just don't happen to be that good. That's the problem.
Yeah, but come on. There's other areas of that Hearts team that needs strengthening.
I think the entire team needs strengthening, to be honest. But look, Hearts have got him in over the line. It's a loan deal. We'll see how he turns out. But hopefully he's good because we need him. But yeah, let's look at the rest of the clubs then in the league, because there is a lot of players who are coming to the end of their contract. So we're going to go through them all. And we're going to see who could be going, who could be staying, and we'll probably go through all the teams and all their main players. So let's start with Aberdeen, alphabetical order. Jamie McGrath, his contract's up come the end of the season. I mean, he was important this year for Aberdeen, no doubt about it. Started the season really well. I think he played a big part in that. He was good in the draw against Celtic. But since Aberdeen have started a really poor run, I think it's fair to say that he has been poor as well.
No, he has been poor. I mean, pretty much every Aberdeen player that was good has fumbled, but I think he's a good player. I think most teams in this league that would take him, apart from Celtic.
Yeah, now he's got 6 top-flight assists this season, which makes him equal with Nicholas Kuhn and Lennon Miller. So
good company.
Yeah, he's obviously having a good season. And Jack McKenzie, another player at Aberdeen, his contract comes to an end at the end of the season too. So I think that would be 2 key players Aberdeen would lose if McGrath and McKenzie do leave. And they've also got Duke, Doan, McDonald and Tom Ritchie with contracts coming to an end at the end of the 2024-2025 season. Duke, I don't think will stay. I think he's done.
Seemed to be a point where you thought we were going to get money for Duke. That's out the window. As for the rest of them, here, it's a shame up here that clubs just don't sign players for long deals outside the top 2. Well, I mean, I say outside the top 2. Rangers do sign them on long deals and then just let them run it down. Celtic, the only team that make money. Aberdeen, to be fair, have been good, I'd say, over like the past 8 years, but this is like proof that they need to get these guys tied down and sell them on.
Well, speaking of Celtic and a guy that's not tied down, Greg Taylor, his contract's out come the end of the season. There's been talks of him leaving. It doesn't look like he's going to sign a new deal. I don't think he'll leave in January. I think that he is more likely to leave at the end of the season. It looks like Alex Fallet is not going to return to Barcelona. He's going to stay until the end of the year. And then we know that Celtic are interested in Kieran Tierney. So, I mean, I think it's going to depend on if one player moves or if Celtic bring one left back in, then that could be like a dominoes effect, I imagine.
It could be.
But I do not see Taylor leaving unless Celtic brings somebody in.
Imagine
and
losing Taylor.
If Alex Fallet goes, then to me they keep him no matter what.
Imagine losing Taylor and bringing in
Tierney.
Yeah. Fallet's on loan to the end of the season, is he not?
Yeah, but there was talk of Barcelona recalling him. But
that's out the window.
Looks like that's not happening.
Well, I'll tell you what, like, I mean, it'd be an interesting dynamic because if Taylor agreed to leave now and then you've got Fallet on a loan, who takes priority at left back? You've got 2 guys with future doesn't belong at the club.
Kieran Tierney.
Kieran Tierney takes the left back role.
Yep. Another player set to leave Celtic, or his contract at least is expiring, James McCarthy. I totally forgot this guy was still at Celtic.
What? No.
I mean, this must be one of the worst signings. You can talk about bad signings that Rangers have made with the likes of Kieran Dowell and Seth Lammers and all that. But I mean, McCarthy will not be cheap. I think he could be the worst signing that we've seen in the Premiership. And I mean, I don't want to say ever, but for me, he stands out. Because I think it was a 4-year deal. Yeah. It's just been terrible.
It's the sort of deal where if Celtic were shite, this would be getting absolutely lambasted.
Yeah, but because Celtic have been so good, people are I mean, it's hard to remember he's still there.
Yeah, no, I forgot. To be honest, I thought he was away.
No, he's still there, but I can't imagine he leaves.
No.
I mean, at the end of the season...
Is he even fit? Does he even play? Does he even exist?
I wouldn't be surprised if he just retires from football.
Yep.
In the summer.
No wonder.
Let's move on to Dundee. They've got a lot of players with their contract expiring. The number one would appear to be Lyle Cameron, who I think has been a good player for Dundee. He seems to be the man that is stepping up and taking control and filling the gap that Luke McCowan made. But, I mean, it could be another good player leaving Dundee. You look at the other players that they've got. Mohamed Salah, his contract's expiring. Finlay Robertson, his contract's expiring. Charlie Riley, Scott Tiffany, Curtis Main, Josh Mulligan. There's a lot of Dundee players with their contracts expiring, and for me, that is poor business from Dundee. Got to factor in Jordan McGee as well, and defender Antonio Portals.
Curtis Main, Scott Tiff. I mean,
and Joe Shaughnessy, the captain.
Fucking hell, Dundee.
So, I mean,
That's the problem.
I'm not saying they'll all leave. I mean, Tony Docherty, I'm sure will try and get these guys to sign new contracts, but how can you have so many starting players for your team?
But that's this league, that's what happens. We see like a turnover of players like no other league, man. It's crazy.
And I think it's just because the clubs are either unwilling or can't afford to commit to long-term contracts.
I mean, it makes sense, but...
Take a risk, take a gamble.
You know Lyle Cameron's going to go for money, like...
Yeah, take a gamble. I don't see why they don't do this, but that could be disappointing. Dundee United is only on loan. Sam Dalby.
True. I mean...
Dundee United is only on loan. Sam Dalby is...
And I said true.
New year, same old shite, man. Can he string a sentence together?
You know what? We've strung more sentences together than our teams pick up points, so... The new year, positivity. Wait to the preview show.
Positivity is aye. Anyway, Sam Dalby. I mean, could Dundee United agree a deal? Could they look to try and sign him? I think they definitely should.
Why not? But screw him, man. He didn't win Player of the Year.
No, he didn't win Player of the Year. Other players, though, that are expiring with their contracts.
Jack Walton, Jack Newman, Kevin Holt, Declan Gallagher, Ross Docherty, David Babunski, Glenn Middleton, Kai Fotheringham, Louis Moult, Owen Sturton. So, a lot of good players in there. Somewhat like they're bloody same street rivals.
It is not, definitely. So Dundee United need to fix that. Moving on to Hearts, we know that Shankland. I mean, I would.
Hearts, glorious Hearts. Is he coming to Rangers? I'd rather take James Wilson.
You know what? At this point, I think Rangers could offer about $250,000. I think Hearts.
No, you know what? It's fucking insane, man. The difference a year makes. If Rangers signed Shankland last year, he's probably got about 20 goals this season.
But you know what?
Because see at Hearts, right? You know, Diddy Club, you're allowed to become fat.
True, but
some people would argue Morelos was fat, but I think Shankland's just bouncing about like Big Smoke Man, ordering his big fucking drive-through order. I have two number ones, 11th place, you know, all that shite. If you know, you know.
For me, I
you got jam tarts all over the seat.
That could rejuvenate his
straight buster.
That could rejuvenate his career, though.
Going to Rangers?
You've got to take a chance. Rangers have got to try and get him.
They've got to do something.
Why not?
On a free. Scottish as well. Fulfills that quota.
Right.
Rangers.
So, yeah. Also...
I'd take Barry Mackay as well.
No, definitely. So...
Well, you would?
Well,
Rangers?
Now you can go.
Right, Campbell, bear pick up side.
Right, well, we know that James Wilson has agreed.
By the way, I wouldn't, by the way, guys.
No, Barry Mackay's wank.
I know.
I mean, I think he was good in his prime, but...
He's fucking prime. What is he, like 27 or something?
Yeah, Sander Clark, his contract coming to an end, and I believe Craig Gordon's also runs out, so that's not ideal, as long as well as George Grant's, Barry Mackay's, and Liam Boyce's. So, I mean, Grant, Mackay, and Boyce, if I was Hearts, I would just let them all run down and get rid.
Goodbye.
I don't think we'd get any money for them. Can't really see it.
Right, Martin Boyle,
Hibernian, on the other side of the city, the other side of the capital. Martin Boyle, his contract's coming to an end. You know what? I think his return to Hibs has been shocking.
I wouldn't describe it as shocking.
It's been underwhelming, man. Come on, it's been very disappointing. You expect more things. Now, is he beginning to improve? Now that Hibs are improving, maybe. Could that get him to commit his future? Possibly. But if he leaves Hibernian if he left Hibernian in this January window, it would be go down as a shite return. It would.
I mean, you could argue that, but most Hibs players have done hee-haw. Don't win anything. For the rest of the ones out of contract, Dwight Gale, Junior Hoylett, Chris Cadden, Jake Doyle-Hayes, Rocky Bashuri, Lewis Miller, Harry McCurdy, Max Burke, Nohan Kenny, and Luke Amos. So that's quite a lot of players in there. I mean, I'm expecting Gale and Hoylett to move on. Just two journeymen of the English leagues, the Premier League, etc., that just need to move on. But we'll move on to Kelly, because Danny Armstrong, we've kind of already
we're not going to talk about Danny Armstrong.
Right, Kieran O'Hara, Joe Wright, Liam Donnelly, Cal McGuinness, Gary Mackay-Stevens, Rory McKenzie, and Innes Cameron. Don't really want to even bother my arse talking about any of them. They're not really up to any standard.
You've also got Bobby Wales and Fraser Murray, players that are leaving, and Kyle Fursell and Robbie Dees. Robbie Dees and Kyle Fursell, that'd be two big players I think that Kilmarnock want to hold on to.
Absolutely.
Bobby Wales as well, I think's been promising. And Fraser Murray. So, I mean, McKenna's there got a few players that he wants to get. Moving on to Motherwell.
You alright? You alright there? You're not saying about Bobby?
No, fuck Bobby.
Bobby who? Right, Dan Casey. Dan
Right,
Casey's
alright,
up next.
Dan Casey. He's leaving Motherwell, contract expiring, as well as Callum Slattery and Paul McGinn and Ross Callaghan, as well as Andy Halliday, Shane Blaney, Steve Steddon, Dave R. Stravadowski, Harry Patton, and Moses Abai. So quite a few players there leaving Motherwell potentially unless deals are sorted. Rangers, Tom Lawrence could be gone. His contract's out come the end of the season, so it doesn't look like he's going to be there. What about Hadji? I mean, who knows? Will Hadji sign a new deal? Will Hadji be gone?
His contract's been solved.
Has it?
Aye.
Alright, fair enough. What did he sign?
Well, just basically agreed to less money.
Well, how long's his contract end?
I'm pretty sure he's got 18 months left on it. But here, Tom Lawrence, right? He scored a couple of crucial goals this year. I'm not going to take that away from him, but the reality is he's not good enough. He's too slow. His legs are done.
Right, well, let's talk about the other players then. Liam Balogun, Alex Lowry, Adam Devine, Cole McKinnon, Zach Lovelace. Is there any of those players that you want to see sign?
Right, I like Balogun. Too old, son. You need to go.
So he's not got another year in him?
We need to let go, man. It's not like this guy's like, he's won 15 league titles. I mean, he won one.
One's better than most of this current team.
I know what it is, but
most of the team before them as well.
Alex Lowry's shite. As for Devine, McKinnon and Zach Lovelace, I'd sign them down 5-year deals, bring them into the team. No, Big Phil knows what he's doing.
Well, there was once upon a time where Alex Lowry was seen as a promising player, and then he got a move to Hearts, and everyone thought it was going to be the best thing for him.
And it
was probably the worst thing he done.
Yep.
So aye,
something to do with your club.
It is. Ross County, Connor Randall, his contract is coming to an end. And then they've got a whole list of players. Jordan Asamsa, Jack Hamilton, Logan Ross, Ryan Lake, James Brown, Scott Allardyce, Victor Latore, Charlie Telfer, Max Sheaf, Eamon Brophy, Alex Samuel, and Jordan White. So a lot of the attacking players.
Ross County are just a team I look at and I go, how are you even in the Premiership?
Brophy, Samuel, and Jordan White all set to leave.
St Johnstone and Ross County have got their squad is so much weaker than the rest. When you actually look at it and break it down.
No, I do agree. I mean, Eamon Brophy, is he not a player that some other clubs should be looking at?
He's shite these days.
Scotland cap, isn't it?
Scotland cap. There's a lot of Scotland caps out there.
No, but say you're a club, even like a Dundee.
Fucking Anthony Ralston's a starter, man.
Even if you're like a Dundee or something. Should not be looking at him and...
But they've got big man up front, Curtis Main. Right, he's the main guy.
Who could be leaving. And then we move on to St Johnstone. Benjamin Kimbioka. Looks like he could be on his way out there.
So interesting.
Well.
They could be on his way out. Let's just move on to St Mirren.
We've got Sam...
They'll be on their way to the championship.
Former Rangers defender Sam McClelland. His contract's coming to an end. Bozo McCulloch. Barry Douglas, Cammy McPherson, Matt Smith. Matt Smith, that's that arsehole for House of Dragon, isn't it? David Keltons, Maxim Kuvareschi, Sven Sprangler, Alex Ferguson, without the Sir, Dre White, Graham Carey, and Nicky Clark.
Nicky Clark. Yeah. Rangers, man.
And then move on to St Mirren. Players could be leaving their club. Contracts coming to an end are Olasanya, Charles Dunn, Declan John, Elvis Bomono, Luke Kenny, Cologne Boyd Dennis
Mintz.
He wasn't Mintz against the Rangers, was he? Dennis Anderan, Connor McMenamin, who they paid 35k from Glentoran, so I would imagine that maybe that was a waste of cash, you know.
Is that not incredible though, right? That they signed him, last year? And it's got a two-year deal.
Jonah Ayunga and Mikael Mandron. So that's the players that could be leaving St Mirren. So, I mean, every club has pretty much got a couple of key... I think this just tells you, you look at all these clubs, the one club that doesn't seem to have any players leaving worth keeping would be Celtic, outside of Greg Taylor.
Yeah.
But a lot of Celtic fans would argue that they don't really want to keep him because they want to improve that position. And who knows, that might have worked out well for Celtic. Maybe that's Rodgers' plan. Maybe Rodgers came in and thought, you know what, Taylor's got 2 years left on his deal. I can get the best out of him. but I plan on letting it run down and then bringing in a replacement.
I think a good thing for Celtic though with the Tierney deal, which might happen, might not. I just don't see Tierney getting a move away from Celtic. If he comes back, it's for life.
Possibly. I mean, I think the good thing about Greg Taylor is he is Scottish, and that helps with the European fulfilment.
Just like Scott Bain.
Yeah, I mean, if you get rid of Taylor, then that probably means you then like players like Ralston and Welsh become more important.
Absolutely. Right, guys, that's what we're going to wrap this up. But if you want more content, wait 10 minutes.
Aye, stick around.
The SPFL preview show.
SPFL preview show. I'm going to have a wee drink and hopefully sort myself out, and there'll be no botches in that one, guys. Guaranteed it. Red Bull gives you wings. Fucking Hearts need a lot of wings.
A lot of wings. Okay. Ding, ding, ding.
That's the bell. That's the knockout tomorrow when Motherwell score. Bang. It's all over. Good night. First round knockout. Boom.
Not when Neil Critchley scores then.
Nah, that's not happening. I mean, he shouldn't even fucking get a place on the bench today, let's be honest. No. Anyway, that's it, guys. Till next time. Peace.